Hello and welcome to the Synergy Sanctum. This is our series focused on positive life coaching lessons with Squee the Immortal, where we aim to provide everyone with awareness and coaching that is focused on identifying your goals and your values, ensuring that the steps you take on your own adventure are aligned with that return on time that you are seeking, and sharing countless strategies focused on positive mindsets, resilience, and flourishing as a person each and every day. Let's get into today's episode. So this is something that we all have within each of us. That's in our biology, this fight or flight response, this assessment of risk versus reward. And if something uncomfortable is going to happen or something new is going to happen, whatever decision I make is going to have greater impact beyond just myself, right? It's going to impact my habits. It's going to impact what I'm willing to be comfortable with going forward. It's going to impact my potential to learn and grow. So the idea here is to have awareness that this is happening, right? That in your brains, when something unexpected happens or something you're not ready for, which is inevitable in life, your mind is going to make this decision in a state of uncertainty. And it is an easier decision to choose risk and reinforce that comfort again and just like push it away. I'm not going to deal with this, right? But it is a potentially more rewarding decision to decide, hey, you know what? What could happen here? What is the potential if I choose to deal with this? What is the worst possible scenario of what happens and what's the best possible scenario? And then making the decision based off of this assessment versus the initial like knee-jerk response of like, oh crap, this is scary, I don't want to do this anymore. So to use our good friend Squee as an example, Squee's here, he's encountering something unexpected and he now has this risk or reward decision to make, right? So Squee is in a situation where he is facing something unexpected. You know, the risk in his mind potentially is zombies or death, right? It's like, oh no, here goes the end. I'm not going to be immortal anymore. But the reward is treasure, growth, and any kind of potential. So he's in this moment where this unexpected thing is happening, and he has the ability right there, every single occurrence that this would happen, to choose one of two paths. So he can either choose the risk path, where there's going to be zombies and death, and I'm going to reinforce this and try to stay safe, or I could choose the growth path, where, you know, there might be treasure or growth or riches or potential, whatever, you know, might be there for this little goblin here. And what Squee realizes, right, is like if I continue to choose the risk path here, the zombies or whatever else, I'm gonna like fortify my space and make sure that I'm safe. But he's not going to be living life. He's not going to be going out there. He's not going to be taking chances or taking risks because he is always assuming the risk. And this is something that is occurring for each of us, right? If we're always assuming the risk or the worst possible scenario, we are ultimately preventing ourselves from living life and taking chances and gaining new experiences and all of these potential rewards that could exist. The sky's the limit on what the potential reward is, but it requires courage for you as a person to move past this and make a decision that might lead to something that is great. So why is this thing so inherent and powerful in our brains, right? Well, there was some research done by Dr. Barbara Fredrickson, and I'll put the link in the description. And what she discovered is that as a person, for every negative experience that you have, there is this 1-to-3 ratio, right? So basically for everything that I experience that's negative as a person, let's say my car breaks down, I don't get that promotion at work, they're out of my Oreos at the grocery store, like whatever it is, it doesn't matter the weight of the negative experience. What matters is that it's a negative experience, right? It's something that is negatively impacting you. It's something that is causing you to not feel great. You're not living your best life. You're not feeling happy, right? You're trying to, but this negative experience now is preventing you from doing that. And what Dr. Barbara Fredrickson basically proved was that for every single negative experience that occurs as a person, you need 3 positive experiences to combat that negative experience. So basically what this means is that if my car breaks down, this is a negative experience, right? I'm going to need 3 positive experiences to happen to then outweigh this negative experience and keep me in like a flourishing mindset, or a mindset that is like continuing to like push the envelope, right? So So if I don't try to prioritize experiences that are now going to fill my cup or be more positive, I'm kind of just spiraling in a hole, right? And then if, let's say I have a negative experience and then another negative experience happens, right? So I haven't even combated the initial one with the 3 positive ones, and now I have another one. So now I'm at 6, and this just scales, and we end up in this like state of misery, or where we're feeling like everything's out of our control, where we're feeling like we're not going to like make it or live our best selves. And it's this simple idea of, okay, if something negative happens, I should try to now fill the next few experiences I have with stuff that I know is going to be a positive experience. So if I know I like ice cream, I'm going to go eat some ice cream. If I know that I get fulfillment out of working out, I'm going to go work out. Or if I know that I'm happy when I'm texting somebody in specific, then I'm going to text that person. Or I'm going to try to find now these moments that are going to be positive, right? Because there's even more of a priority to do this, because if I don't, then I'm just living in this negative experience. And I'm not like aware enough to realize that, like, hey, there's something that could get me out of here, but and it's difficult. It's difficult to like focus on the positive when something crappy happens. Like, I'm not trying to beat around the bush there. It's really, really difficult as a person to pause and think, okay, I'm not feeling great right now. I've had this negative experience. What can I do to feel better, right? What is within my control to feel better right now, right? Or if I'm having this negative experience, the next moment that I can, I'm gonna focus on like positive things for myself. I'm gonna focus on these things that I know are going to fill my cup. And there's even more, like, it's even more essential to do this, because it's going to combat that negative experience. It's gonna help me get out of that hole. It's gonna help me feel better. It's gonna be like 3 things that are great. And then if I go forth, going back to what we've talked about in previous episodes of with a focus on things that are filling my cup, then I'm like, adding to the bank of positive experiences. I'm adding to the bank of like these happy moments, or these things that are like filling me. So maybe that next negative experience doesn't hit as bad, right? And again, the scale or the impact of these experiences isn't the point, right? Like if I, let's say, I have to sell my house, I can't pay for my mortgage anymore, I don't need to like go to Disneyland and match something that's same level. I don't need to like win the lottery or like do something crazy. I just need to do like a handful of positive experiences. And it could be anything as insignificant as putting on, a show for a few minutes that I like, talking to somebody that I enjoy talking to, making my favorite meal, going and buying something that'll fill my cup. Like, it doesn't matter what the positive experiences are. It's just essential to understand that if you have a negative experience as a person, you're going to need 3 positive ones to outweigh that negative experience. So really, really great research, and really worth it to check into.